Let me ask you this. Okay, you worked on Return of the Jedi in 1983, greatest year ever, by the way, and returned to the franchise over 15 years later with 1999's The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace, along with the Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, my personal favorite.
I have the higher ground.
Oh, you remember?
Oh, that scars me in my heart.
What was the environment like at ILM? Returning to essentially the franchise that is the heart of the company, as some would say. Did you guys know there would be prequels for a long time coming?
Oh, yeah.
Or what?
Yeah, no, we knew that was coming at some point. And what I was looking for is I went to the Coronet Theater in San Francisco in 1977 at a premiere screening. It was a benefit screening for this movie. I'd read the book, and there was this thing called the Star Wars that was opening up at the Coronet. And girlfriend and I went there, sat in the lower section on the left side, up a little bit, back of the house. And when that Star Destroyer is coming in over your head at the beginning of the movie, and you're starting to get the sense of that and the size of it and the scale of it and all of that, that was a special feeling. And to me, I liken it to the doors opening on Dorothy's house and it being color outside. Mm-hmm. And so I think George was looking for the capability to do something like that, to have a sense like that could be done. And that's kind of what they came up with. The parts that I really kind of worked on in that was the digital camera stuff, because Lucasfilm said to Sony, look, you have a digital camera, high def camera in our hands by this date. We will shoot the next Star Wars movie with it. And we had some. They were prototypes. And the ones, I think we had serial number 3 and serial number 7 that went out on location and shot with. They took VistaVision cameras with them as backup, just in case there was a problem with the tape. But that, I think, was the thing that pushed digital camera into the cinema world, was that carrot. But then we had to solve problems like, how do you do motion control with it? Because you don't have the same kind of control over it. So we worked with Sony to get frame merge modes, and I worked with them to do disc recording, digital recording systems that could capture frames, and there were a bunch of different things we did to do motion control, because we were still doing a lot of practical effects in that. They wanted to say it was computer graphics, but practical effects are cheaper and faster than computer graphics. And what they really did was a hybrid, where they would do practical pieces, like the scene in the Congress, in the assembly where they got all the people. Well, those are all elements that are shot and then placed into the scene. So there's a lot of hybrid between shooting practical things because they look better and they're quick and easy to crank out, and then the computer generated stuff, which at the time still looked computer generated.
Practical is it's like the tried and true way of getting the lighting right at the end of the day, because it's interacting in the same space.
And we had the equipment, we had the motion control cameras, and we had the people with the skills to do that. And that's where I think ILM lost its way when it didn't continue the practical side. They moved out to the Presidio around 2005, I guess it was. Ultimately, I got sold to a company called Kerner Optical that took over the studio and lasted till, I think it was 2011. Mm-hmm. And then the company wound up being auctioned off. So my office was auctioned off on my birthday. And some guy paid $511 for the contents of my office.
Wow. What a
And
specific number. Damn.
yeah, well, it's an auction, you know.
Yeah, that's
And then I wound up packing it up. He pulled a bunch of stuff out, but then he sold the rest of it to another friend of mine, and that guy wasn't able to come up, so he paid me to pack all my stuff from my office in some crates for him and send it to him. Which was a little weird, but hey, I don't need all that junk anymore.
yeah.
Uh,
That's
Wow.